Turn that shit up. Welcome to the Buckhorn Podcast. I am Martelle, and with me always is Randy. What up, Randy?
What is up? My beard just got caught on my microphone.
Nice. I heard.
It's majestic. It's sun's out, beard's out, man. It's a beautiful day in Ohio, finally.
It is, finally.
It's about as hot as I need it to get. I know you disagree.
No. This is perfect.
This is good?
This is
Okay.
This is the beginning of good.
This is good to me. I could end here.
72, windows were down.
Yeah.
I was cranking some death metal on the way home.
I was flipping through channels, local channels that all sucked. But yeah, it's beautiful out. Baseball season's in full swing. I haven't watched baseball for like 20 years because now I air quote it, I'm a Reds fan. I used to be, but we are now sports parents for the first time ever.
Oh, Huck playing a little baseball, huh?
Yeah, he got up there to T-ball.
Yeah.
And I played baseball for from T-ball up through sophomore or junior year, and then I played softball for 10 or 15 years after that. And I thought my skills would just translate right down to my son via DNA.
No.
Yeah, they don't. He went out there, he hit the ball okay, and then he just watched it, and everybody told him to run. So with bat in hand, he chased the ball down. And we said, no, go to first. So with bat in hand, he ran to first.
Nothing wrong. Hey, got to take out the first baseman somehow.
The kid on first looked terrified.
Good.
And then when he was out in the field, he's the first to bat, so he's in the field for a while all the first practice, all these little 5- and 6-year-olds are hitting. And he was kind of playing right field, so he's just basically in the grass. A couple came his way, but at one point he looks and he just goes, "Daddy, this is boring." And I said, "That's baseball, son. Stick it out.
That's what it is.
Keep your head in the game." I did it for many years. So, yeah, I'm happy to see the good weather, though.
Yeah, I'm enjoying it.
So we're sports parents now, and our schedule's about to get way more fun.
Yes, it is.
Got a new job, new thing to haul my kid to, all kinds of good stuff.
Nice. Yeah, I drove home today, windows down, blaring Suicide Silence, got behind some woman who was doing roughly 63 and a 65 in the far right lane.
At least she was in the right lane.
Acceptable, but the person beside me matched her speed, blocked me in, so I did my unpatented stomp on the brake, watch everybody fly by me, cut the wheel to the left, swing 3 lanes, stomp on the gas, and blow by everybody. It's unpatented, so feel free to use that. Which makes me look like an asshole driver. But
there's a reason nobody wants to pad that, put their name on it. NASCAR evasive maneuvers on the highway.
I was super irritated because I'm just cruising to 80. Everybody's moving, including the woman who was in the left lane that blocked me in. She just slowed down for no reason. I mean, there's no reason, no cop, no one in front of her. She just matched speed with the person in the left lane, and I was going to come up and cut around her and keep moving.
Oh, yeah. Left lane cruisers. I said years ago I was going to make that a band name someday.
Yeah, I was.
That happened to me. We were out of town this weekend, about an hour and a half south of here, and all the way back it was that kind of garbage. So I feel you.
So, all right. So we got a tasting to do.
We do.
Before this gets cold, because there's a chance this
gets cold.
Because I got super fancy wine glasses.
You mean before it gets warm?
For our beer. So this is something.
This is a fancy beer in a fancy wine glass.
This is something different. It's yellow. It's not dark.
It looks, it's very light. Holding up to the window with the sunlight shining in.
Yep.
Very, very light looking. Got not much head on it.
Nope.
It's got legs.
I don't know if it's got legs.
No, it's just the foam.
It's foamy.
Yeah, but not real foamy.
Nope.
A little bubbly. It kind of looks like beer mixed with champagne.
Oh.
Like it's bubbling from the bottom. A little bubbly.
looks like a Coors Light or a Miller Light or a Yuengling, or
It smells strong.
it does have a little bit of a whiff to it.
Yeah, it's got an odd aroma to it. I know this is one of your fancy schmancy IPA beers.
Okay, well,
It almost smells as strong as the Hemperor,
hey,
but not that hemp smell.
cheers, homie.
All right, let's give her a shot.
Go for it.
Very sour.
Yeah.
I'm not going to make a big reaction because I know you're wanting one from the crap-eating grin on your face.
Damn it.
I'm not going to give you the pleasure. I know you did that on purpose.
I did.
It is very sour, though. It tastes like it's citrusy.
Okay, so what's the aftertaste you get on that now?
Kind of lemon. I feel like I just bit into a lemon.
But you should get a nice... don't take another drink yet, because you should still get an aftertaste.
It's all gone.
Okay, try it again. It's very sour.
Right when it first hits your lips, it's a little sweet, but then instantly, like as soon as you start drinking it, it's sour. It's kind of like a Sour Patch Kid liquefied.
Yeah. You should get a fruity pebble taste on the aftertaste.
A little bit, but I think the sour is so strong. Like I said, there's a touch of sweet, but overall it's mainly sour.
Okay.
It's not the worst I've had. Like if I order this, so when I went and got that flight that I sent you,
Yeah.
A buddy of mine a couple weeks ago, I met him for lunch at Uptown Deli and Brew in Westerville. Highly recommend that place. Up front, it's got the big deli cases, all the pies out front. You can get a nice sandwich. But in the back, it's a full bar set up with all the stories of the Prohibition era guys that lived and died brewing beer in that part of Ohio. But I did a flight of beers. So a flight, if you don't know, we did 5 small, tiny little tastings.
Usually get like 4 to 6 ounces.
Yeah, they're real small little glasses. There's a couple that I really like. This one, if I taste it in a flight, I wouldn't mind it. Like, I don't mind this. I don't know if I'd get a full glass of it.
Okay.
And one of the things I was thinking of, too, when I talk beers with you and with the guys online that we've bantered with, you drink all your beers out of cans. I tend to prefer everything out of bottles.
Not necessarily. Most of the stuff I buy comes out of cans, but that's just because it's only available in cans.
Right.
Like the Sherman's March comes in a bottle. If I could get some of the stuff in a bottle, I would. Like, there's one that's like ink from Rheingeist.
Okay.
That comes in. It's only available in a bottle, but it only comes in a huge ass bottle.
And I don't know. I mean, most people say it doesn't make a difference. Some prefer can over bottle.
It makes a difference.
I just think that the bottle doesn't have any of that aluminium-y taste. This here, I saw that it was in a can. I only saw the top of the can because you hid it from me.
That was the point.
Right. Fair. It's not bad. It's definitely different. I think I would like this with like a good sweet honey barbecue pulled pork sandwich.
Okay.
Something sweeter and savory.
Yeah.
I think this would pair well with. It does taste like somebody sucked all the sugary stuff off the lemon head and then threw spit all the little sour parts into a blender and blended it up.
So this is from Duclaw.
Duclaw
Brewing in Maryland.
Unicorn Farts.
This is Unicorn Farts. It is super sour. I purposely did not mix the can before I poured it into the glass, so that you could not see the glitter.
All the glitter settled in the bottom of the can?
The glitter settles in the bottom of the can.
Well, now I want to see the glitter, though.
Well, I'll give you some more so you can see some glitter.
I don't know if I want to drink more.
Well, then I'll give you some more.
Unicorn Farts. Glittered sour ale.
I'll pour me some more for sure.
What's the ABV on this?
Like 5.5.
Oh, that's not bad then.
It's low. It's not. It's 5.5.
It's not bad. I mean, it's different.
It's definitely different.
I would have given a reaction had I not known you were wanting one so badly from me, and I wasn't going to give you the pleasure. Oh, it looks pretty with the glitter.
So let's. And I'm not gonna. I took some photos, but I'll post up one of my other. I have a video.
Yeah, you can see the glitter kind of. It reminds me of Goldschlager.
So there's edible glitter that's floating around, and it's extra condensed.
It actually looks pretty cool like that.
Now, I was disappointed.
Okay. It did not make you poop glitter or pee glitter.
One, I didn't shit glitter.
Right.
So I was a little upset with that.
I think you would pee glitter.
Well, it would be processed through the small intestines, and then the glitter wouldn't go through the kidneys and through the liver.
I'm not an astronaut, so I don't know how that works.
Right. So, the issue I have with this is it's fantastic. Duclaw did an amazing job with this. Like, it is crazy sour.
It's very sour.
And I love it.
It's like a warhead. That's what I was saying. It's like sucking on a warhead.
It is amazing. It's a collaboration with Diablo Donuts.
Ooh, now I'm intrigued.
Yeah, which is, they have a Fruity Pebbles donut. And that's what the collaboration is. It's a Fruity Pebbles donut with sour beer. So, and
I moved away from my mic to belch because I'm trying to respect our listeners' ears. And the belch was very sweet.
Yeah, there's
that tasted more like Fruity Pebbles. But yeah, it actually looks really cool with the glitter in there.
So
it looks fancy.
But all their pictures, the beer's pink. If you look at all their
pink.
If you look at all their promo photos, the beer is pink.
So like they altered the promo photos, you think?
Yeah. So you can try to zoom in on that from where you're at, but I was highly disappointed it wasn't pink. And so when I posted my first can after my friend Jesse sent it to me, I tried to make the photo as accurate as possible.
Right.
So that everyone can see that it's not pink. It is yellow.
Yeah, it definitely looks like a urine from somebody that has been drinking everything but water. Like straight syrup and Mountain Dew and Pepsi. It's very dark. It's a light yellow until you mixed it with the glitter. It's a little bit thicker, darker, amber yellow now.
Yeah. So they did an amazing job with it.
It's good. I mean, I'm not going to say it's bad, but you have to understand that it is sour.
It is sour. It is very sour. It is lip puckering sour. Like when I took my first drink of it, I was like, woof. Even Liz was like, oh, Lord, that's way too sour.
Yeah, see, I Googled their pictures here so I can see what it looks like. Yeah, they look a little pinker. But I'm not. I just Googled real quick.
So we got that.
Googling unicorn farts brings up interesting pictures.
Yeah, it does. Especially if safe search is turned off. You may get some My Little Bronies.
Hey, we'll take listeners of all kinds.
You know what a brony is, right?
Yeah, it's one of those dudes or whatever, grown men that watches My Little Pony and buys My Little Pony stuffed love pillows
as My Little Ponies.
Yeah. Hey, whatever. Teach their own. As long as they ain't bothering me or anybody else, who cares?
Hashtag bronies.
Not sure Duclaw wants to be associated with them. Hey, Duclaw, nice sour beer. You're now known as the Brony beer.
Brony beer.
I actually like it. There's way back when my buddies and I were playing Halo and stuff, we got, you get to choose your own icon.
Yeah.
Well, one night I was on there and I made mine a unicorn, and I made it white with a pink horn and a matte blue looking background. So everybody else did it, and then we just kind of coined our team the pink unicorns. We made them pink with a white horn.
Yeah.
So every time we play games now, we make it pink unicorns. So now you got all these grown men getting online and playing with these unicorn icons, and everybody else tries to look tough online with like skulls and crossbones, and we're just out there running around with a bunch of unicorns on our characters all dressed in pink.
Death by unicorn.
By unicorn horn.
Yeah, so Duclaw, great job.
I like it.
Wish I could get it in Ohio. Not available.
Oh, where's this from?
Just Maryland.
Maryland.
Yeah, so
that's not close to here.
I acquired it from my buddy Jesse, from my good friend Jesse.
Does he know? Is he okay? Did you break his knee?
No, she got him to me.
Sorry, Jesse.
She got him to me. We're not going to specify how.
Irrelevant.
Right. But we got it.
I like it.
Cheers.
How many donuts you giving this?
This is easily like
See, beer's
three and a half.
Beer's so much different than bourbon because there's so many more beers on the market.
There is. This is easy. I mean, 3.5 is good. I mean, that's
it's very good.
That's really good.
I would say anything above 2.5 is your midway point.
Right.
2.5 donuts is halfway. So anything above that's good.
Anything above that, and I don't know what a 5 would be in a beer. I mean, even the Evil Twin stuff that I drink is like a 3.5.
Yeah, well, I mean,
so
maybe you need to adjust your scale, your bell curve.
Well, but this is a sour versus those.
That's the thing. It's that's how I am with the bourbons. It's hard for me to go from a rye to a wheat, blah blah blah. But what's the price point on a can of this?
I have no idea. It was a gift.
I'm going to try and Google it while I'm talking.
So, two little quick news stories, and then we'll get into our main
give
topic.
It my rating.
You give it your rating. And then we've got two little quick news stories before we get into our main topic.
I'm with you. I'll just keep it short. I think it's about a 3.5. It's a good, solid beer. It is sour.
I could drink one.
Oh, yeah.
I'm done at one.
I would not buy these and just try to be slamming them.
No.
There ain't no way.
No. As far as price points goes, I have no idea. I mean, they come in a pack of 4, and they were limited, I think, 2 per customer.
That's high demand then.
So it's probably... if I had to guess, $15 to $20 for a 4-pack.
Yeah, I'm trying to find a price point.
They may not have a price point online.
They may not. It's 5.5 ABV.
Yeah,
so it's right there with most beers.
So it's not high.
No.
So news. First one, we'll go international news first. Poacher, Rhino Poacher. These guys are worst the worst. Fuck these guys. Gets trampled by an elephant and then eaten by lions.
Eaten by lions. I saw the headline.
I unfortunately did not get to read the article. I'm sure it's very short.
Yeah.
But good.
That is poetic justice.
I don't need to read the article to know what the story says.
I finally saw the video of the guys that shot the bear in the cave.
Oh, the one where they were like, no one's going to catch us.
Yeah,
it's fine.
The baby
blah, blah,
bears
blah, blah.
like crying out.
Yeah.
And then I saw this article. I like hunting. I enjoy hunting. I hunt not for sport though. I don't hunt. You don't see animal mounts anywhere in my place. Not that I want it. I just haven't. Like I haven't taken down a trophy buck. I mean, a deer skull's one thing, but I haven't taken down a buck. So for me, I hunt and I eat what I hunt.
Right. Well, same here.
Somebody, these poachers that are hunting for ivory or hunting for big heads or lion heads or whatever it is, any kind of poaching. I don't care what it is. To me, is you're one of the lowest of the low.
Right. Absolutely.
You are. And they're typically doing it from way far off, from a way overpowered rifle, or some means that is absolutely ridiculous. There's no sport in it.
No.
At all. There's no skill involved at all. It's literally just to be able to say, I killed something big that most people haven't.
Right. The only time that it's acceptable, and I know that there are safari hunts where they have to go out and kill lions, is when there are tribes that have issues with lions.
Or an overpopulation.
But
that's not poaching.
But that's not poaching.
Right.
That is poaching.
It's like in Ohio.
Hunt.
Anytime that you can't kill a boar or a coyote in Ohio, have at it.
Oh, yeah.
There's no regulations on the type of firearm. They're a nuisance. The boars, most people don't understand how bad wild boar are.
Oh, they
to
wreck
homesteads
everything.
and to farmland. Yeah, they destroy everything. They will knock down buildings. They will uproot crops. They will ravish an entire farm and take away somebody's livelihood.
Oh yeah.
So they're open game. But when there's an overpopulation, that's one thing. Poaching
and with boar, they taste so good.
Oh, they're delicious.
So good.
Wild
I'm not going to
so
eat coyote, but I'll take down a coyote in a minute.
Yeah, I haven't eaten coyote. I would if I had to, but I haven't had that need.
I also
haven't taken a coyote. I know a few people that have, that farmers have called and said, hey, we've got this pack. They keep messing with my animals.
Well, and
blah, blah, blah.
We can have another discussion about that. There's a couple documentaries and some other things we need to watch about coyote, because with coyote, now we have a pack that lives out back here.
Right.
They've attacked.
Diesel's tangoed with them.
Diesel's, yeah, he's gotten into them with them. But with coyote, if you take down a male coyote, they will send out a call to the female to reproduce one more, two more, whatever the need is. So you got to take down a female to kind of, but if you take out a pack of coyote, another pack moves in. So there may be, and this sounds really stupid, and you're going to go bullshit. There may be an unwritten law of nature where the pack that lives there today has this unwritten rule with the farmer. They're not going to mess with that farmer's livestock. They're not going to mess with that farmer's chicken. They live there. They're not going. They may take a chicken here and there, but and I know that sounds really dumb.
No, it doesn't.
But you take out that pack, another pack comes in. They're going to take down a cow, or they're going to take, not a cow, but they're going to take a calf.
Well, it's just
they're
like
going to take all the chicken.
When your neighbors move, the new neighbors move in. They could be completely different people.
Right.
They don't know what you like, what you don't like, how y'all get along. Blah,
right.
Blah, blah.
So that's one of the things to consider, and that's how the coyote, like these packs work. And I've seen parts, like pieces and parts of the documentary. I need to watch the whole thing. I can't remember exactly what it is, and I got to look it up. But it's one of those things to take into consideration when taking down coyote. I've shot at 2 or 3 of them out back, and I've watched Diesel one in his younger days take a pup, chuck him up in the air, and use him as a chew toy.
Yeah.
But he was 5.
Not as old as he is now.
He wasn't a senior.
He's not spry anymore.
He wasn't, and
we're saying his name. He's not even acknowledging us.
I know. He's just a
blocking
curmudgeon.
the door, laying there, barely breathing.
He's a curmudgeon now. He's
just like you.
Yeah, he just moans and groans at me. But anyway, so poacher down. Good.
One less poacher.
One less poacher. Unfortunately, there'll be more. And I think there's only like maybe a handful of rhino left on the planet. Second, Ohio news. This one I love. I'm excited for it. Been waiting for it for years. It takes effect in July of 2020.
I already know where you're going.
No more front license plate.
No front plate.
So this, and I've had this conversation with Heath. He's
okay.
like, "Oh, this is awful." This was like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
This is
Heath is an Ohio State trooper.
Yeah, Heath is an Ohio State trooper. When he was on the road, he's not so much on the road anymore.
Right.
He's like, we're not doing this. This isn't going to pass. We need that front plate to do this, that, and the other. We just invested all this money into this, that, and the other technology. And I'm like, you're talking to someone who doesn't give a shit.
Right.
Like, I don't want my front plate on my car because it makes my car look like shit. End of story. That is the only reason I don't want a front plate on my car.
You don't even wash your car.
Yeah, I do. I don't wash the truck.
Yeah, the truck you definitely
The truck I don't wash. The S5, that gets washed. So now Ohio is removing the front plate. And I kind of threw it out there like, keep charging the same amount you're charging for plates. You don't have to, just because you're removing the front plate off the car doesn't mean you don't continue to charge $60 or whatever it is for
54.
There you go, $54.
We just did it for Beth last week or two ago.
So $60, whatever. So $54. It doesn't mean that you charge $25. You still charge $54, and you make one plate. So now you've just doubled your price. Well, yeah, you just increased your cost. You're saving $1.4 million. Oh, but you may be losing $250,000 in revenue.
Long story short,
you're making more money.
I don't care what they do, so long as they fix the freaking roads around here.
They're not going to, though. That's the other thing. They're not going to fix the roads. The gas hike in this license plate thing isn't going to fix the roads. Legalize marijuana, fix the roads.
That's fine. However,
that's not going to fix the roads
potholes. No, it's not. But
don't go left to center. You'll get a ticket.
Yeah.
Anyway. All right. So on to our main subject today. So we got a comment from a listener today, which you guys aren't going to hear this until a week from now. But either way, today
Today. Not
Today.
When you're listening to this today,
Yeah.
but today.
Today, like inception today, like yesterday.
Back in time.
Tomorrow. A week ago from Monday. Tuesday.
You okay?
Maybe. So...
Like your brain locked up there for a second.
A little bit. Was around the different, or I'm trying to figure out how to word it. What exactly did he say?
I don't know.
I know you don't know.
I didn't even see it.
I know, and that's what I'm trying to remember.
It was the education one?
It was around education. It was around what to do or how to. It was around the pros and cons of college versus trade school.
Right.
And that's and how to be a more productive human being.
Right.
After high school. So, and that's kind of where I want to talk about today. Because 2 weeks ago, as you're hearing this, I was invited to go speak to a group of sixth graders.
Right.
Around this very subject.
How many F-bombs did you drop?
0.
Man, they didn't get to do any shots.
Not a one. And I'll tell you, I don't. Yes, I sit here every week and I talk to you guys.
You're not a public speaker.
But I don't do public speaking. This isn't public speaking. This is Randy and I sitting in a room.
With microphones.
With a microphone.
Pants off.
I'm not sitting. Yeah, pants off, dance off. So I had to talk to, it was probably 200 kids.
Dang, I thought it was like one little class.
No. It was probably close to like anywhere from 175 to 200 kids.
And they invited you?
Yeah. But it
Why?
wasn't at once. It was like 20
So
kids over. It was like 20 to 25 kids over 6 periods.
Okay. So they were rotating classes.
They were rotating through classes. So, and it was around IT, like the IT field.
Okay.
And it was me and another woman, and my whole thing was around what I talked about was you don't have to go to school to get into the field of IT. Like, finish up high school, but you don't necessarily have to go on to college to get into the world of IT. I went to DeVry. I dropped out of DeVry after a year.
Word. I was like a year and a half.
Yeah. I mean, I went for like another trimester, and then I left. I ended up going to Columbus State for 2 years, well, which turned into more like 5. And then that's it. I never went back and got a bachelor's degree. I got my Associates of Arts, and I have never seen the need to go back and get a 4-year degree.
Okay.
It has never, the thought has never crossed my mind. It has never helped nor hindered. I've never been asked if I have a bachelor's degree. I've only ever been asked, what is your experience in this? How much time do you have in this? Can you do this?
Right. Can you do the job or not?
Right.
And have you done the job or not?
How much time and how much experience do you have working with this code?
Right.
How much time and experience you have with this application? That is it. I've never once, no one has ever said, have you done this? And that's what I explained to this in 7 minutes. That's what I explained to each group that came through. So it all depends. So, and that's kind of where this all, like when it's Pete, I believe, right? Is it Pete?
Yeah, Pete.
Pete. So that's when
That's
Pete,
my brother Pete.
Pete brought this up. It kind of led to, all right, let's talk about this today. Let's see where this goes. I went on like a tyrant about homework with Lexi.
Right.
And some other bullshit that's going on with like her homework thing.
Yeah.
Because
couple hundred questions a night.
A couple hundred questions over a 5 to 6 day span.
Okay, and it's an online module.
And it's an online module.
If it glitches out, you have to start over.
And well, it does not if it glitches out. And we'll get into that. That's it. Well, we can try to get into it if we remember. It doesn't. It's not if it glitches out. If you miss one question, 1.5 questions, or 2 questions in the module, you have to do it over again. And it's not the teacher checking these these.
Right. Teacher's not doing any
The
of it.
teacher has nothing to do with any of this.
You
It just
log in
says
online.
you get online, you do it, you did it, or you didn't. That's it.
Yeah.
It's horse shit.
So that's even less responsibility on the teacher, or
Right.
less work, because they're not doing the grading like they used to. All right. So anyway, back to the college versus trade school thing that Pete was talking about.
So, and there's a whole, so there's a whole movement. I shouldn't even call it a movement. There's just, the trades are, in general, people aren't focused on trades anymore. Everybody's focused on college. And so we're losing pipe fitters and welders and carpenters and
Right.
and plumbers
Things that we need
in the things that we need
for our infrastructure.
Right. So
Well, here's the way I share a lot of memes. Like I shared one today or late last night. I couldn't sleep last night. I was up late talking about playing one of those recorders. You know, the little thing that looks like a flute or whatever.
I have one downstairs.
Clarinet. And, you know, it said, like, the teacher's saying to play a song, and the kids asking about how to do taxes, and, like, they just keep playing to learn how to play hot cross buns.
Right.
It was a joke, obviously. But I've shared a lot of stuff. For me, most people think I hate college. I'm not opposed to college. I'm not opposed to higher education. I've had surgery, a month ago or so. Huck had surgery. I don't want somebody uneducated doing that kind of crap.
Absolutely not. I'm getting ready to have surgery, and I would hope that
Right, they have
the guy that's,
many years of school and training and experience and have studied under people who have done it. You know, what my issue is, from my generation on, it seems we were all pushed into IT and into computers and into technology and into college, because I was told, I don't know how many times growing up, if you don't go to college, you'll never get a good job. And if you don't get a 4-year degree, you'll never get a good job. And if you don't get into computers, they said IT is where that's where the jobs are going to be.
Yeah.
Now, when I was growing up in the 90s, 80s and 90s, we didn't have the cell phones. We didn't have personal computer. Now everybody's got a computer in their pocket. Back then, the vast majority of people didn't have one in their home. And we've got our cars now can order pizzas almost.
Yeah, there's 6 computers in this room right now.
Yeah, counting all the different types of devices. And that's obviously not even all we own. And so we were taught, go there. And I remember being 15, sitting in Circleville High School, taking keyboarding, sending my first Yahoo email, and learning how to send and receive emails. And that was like the biggest thing ever, is I can send a letter to somebody and they get it right now.
Yep.
Which, I mean, it was dial-up, so it was dicey. But it's not 2-3 days. I can email Japan, and they get it in a matter of minutes versus weeks.
Right.
So that was a big deal. So we were all taught, this is where it's going. Go into this, go to college. And in our high school back then, we had 2 different tracks you could take in high school. And one was for the kids that got better grades, and one was for the kids that didn't. And looking back, I'm going, all that did was prove that these kids are better at standardized testing than these kids.
Yep.
Because a lot of those kids went to shop, went into welding, went into doing this, that, and the other, straight after training, got an internship or whatever, and started making good money. And some went off to college. So my thing is, I have nothing against college. I definitely think there is a place for higher education. I'm just saying it is not for everybody. And our K through 12 program in America is not the best it could be.
No,
it
and
definitely needs improvement. I'm not saying it's garbage. I'm not saying you don't learn anything in middle school or high school or nothing. Obviously you do. And you learn so much more than the teachers teach you. You learn different social aspects. You learn about different groups of people and different cliques and different clubs and different kind of how things work. You don't learn about your taxes. You don't learn about how to even pay bills. You don't learn about interest rates.
No, but those are the things that they should be teaching.
I think they should.
I mean,
by high school at the very least.
Well, those are things they should be teaching in high school.
Right.
I mean, the only way I learned how to write a check is I took a class on accounting in high school.
I actually learned from a 5th grade teacher.
I actually learned from my mom at the same time. But if my mom hadn't shown me how to learn how to write a check, I wouldn't have learned if it hadn't been for an accounting class that I took.
Yeah, we had a 5th grade teacher that actually, again, I didn't know it then, but his name was Mr. Whitman. And I was in public school on the west side of Columbus, and Mr. Whitman did these things where you could earn Whitman bucks. So you do something good, or you get an A, you get $1, $5, however many Whitman bucks. and then he'd have an auction. So his auction would be things from like you could buy a sticker pack or a pen or an eraser or an extra half hour of recess time or whatever, where you'd have to stay in the classroom, but you could buy these different things. So you could save up through the year. He'd do 3 or 4 auctions a year. So you could spend it all when you had it, or you could wait and save it all up. But when you won some at an auction, you had to write him a check. So he taught us then in 5th grade how to write a check.
Yeah.
He was the only one in that school and that I ever had in a school system teach me how to write a check. So from 5th grade on, I knew how to write checks. So there's no way in saying there's not time to do it or that kids can't learn it. It's just that we do standardized teaching, and I have tons of friends that are teachers, and I give them crap, but, they give me crap too. We go back and forth. That's what friends do. But most of the teachers, there's even an article I found, I believe I have it saved at home. Most of the teachers I know will sit there and say, I wish I could teach more, but their hands are tied. You have to stick to this curriculum. You have to teach this whatever. There's actually a video on YouTube you can look up called Don't Stay in School, I believe. And it's by this guy. He's in another country, real long hair, looks like a rocker, but he wrote how this whole kind of rap rock thing about what I never learned in school and what I did learn in school that I haven't used since school. And then there was a reaction video where teachers in America got to sit down and watch this video, and by the end, most of them were either like, yeah, I fully agree with him, or I agree with most of what he says except for this. But either way, they were like, yeah, we should be doing better. We should be setting our kids up better. And it takes me back. GW, who's been on here, was a football coach, teaching 5- and 6-year-olds how to run passing plays and read option plays in football. 3 other teams in the league only taught their kids how to do running plays because they thought, they're 5 and 6, they're too young to understand. His team went undefeated, blew everybody out by 60 points. The other coaches got mad. They went to the commissioner. They had a big meeting, and GW said, look, I'm not doing anything illegal in the rule book. It's not my fault that you're just assuming your kids cannot understand more complex plays than a simple run up the middle. Teach them.
Right.
So for the whole education, the college versus trade school, my thing is I wish there was a way, and I personally am not smart enough to find a solution. Because every time I talk about it, people are like, well, what's your answer? I don't know, but what I realize is I'm not the guy to figure that out. I wish there was a way in America where during, I don't know if it's middle school, high school, college, trade school, whatever, where we could sit down and say, what motivates you? Like, find out each individual what drives them.
Well, so they have those. I mean, they have a guidance counselor.
Yeah.
But the guidance counselor
I saw twice in 4 years and they do crap.
The guidance counselor.
I can't remember their name.
They need to have. I can tell you mine. I'll tell you my guidance counselor story.
We went there. We've already told it before.
Well, it's more appropriate for this show. But the guidance, they need to have more than just one guidance counselor. And the guidance counselor shouldn't be the vice principal of the school either, which is, in my case, was what it was. But they need to have a guidance office, and they need to have guidance counselors. I mean, schools today, even my high school, I think, is bigger than what it was when I left. My school had maybe 400 people in it total.
Yeah, that's a tiny school.
It's a tiny school. So I think it has maybe 402 people in it now. So they gained 2 people. But my guidance counselor told me I wasn't going to amount to anything, and why I even bothered to try. Well, because there was nothing that motivated me in the school. Why try? When I found computers, there was something that motivated me. So I went on to do something. That's when I found it. Right. I was sitting in school actually handwriting HTML, and that's what I got into. That's what I do today.
Better you than me.
Kinda.
See, that's one of the things, though. You got into that on your own. You find out you kind of like what you do, and you did it. Me, right. I was kind of told, go into technology, go into IT, blah, blah. I tried computer engineering, technology, and computer information systems at DeVry. I hated them both.
Oh, I hated DeVry.
Going, well, no, but I hated the coding, and I hated the hardware. Like, I didn't want anything to do with work on computers the rest of my life. I didn't want to write program or work with code the rest of my life. But in my mind, I was like, okay, so now I'm in college. If I don't get good grades, I won't get a good job. If I don't get a good job, I won't make good money. Won't be able to find a good wife, have a nice house with a white picket fence, and all that. And it was completely untrue, but I'd been ingrained at such an early age that if I don't go to college, I don't get a good job. Blue-collar jobs aren't good enough, where 50 years ago, mechanics were wearing bow ties and white shirts because they knew how to tear apart an engine put together, which there are guys that are computer guys that can't change their own oil or change a flat tire.
Oh, shit, they can't even wipe their own ass.
So, is that a job that pays?
It might. I don't know. I'm sure they have sultans and shit like that.
So, I mean, I don't know. There's not one that's better than the other. There's not one that says, okay, we should all go into trades, we should all go into IT. We need all of them.
Right.
We need doctors, but we also need plumbers.
Well, that's what I was getting. That's what I was saying about
scientists, and
that's what I was getting to about having the multiples of guidance counselors. There needs to be, because you can't just have one person, because there's going to be bias there. You're going to have the one guy that just doesn't like this kid, which was in my case, and they're just going to be like, I don't know why you're even bothering to sit here with me. So you got to have, if that
what's
one
the qualifications to be a guidance counselor?
I'm sure that they have teaching degrees of some kind and child psychology degrees.
I mean, I know a lot of teachers that are teachers that just have a bachelor's degree that has nothing to do with teaching, but because they have a bachelor's degree, you can get a teaching job.
Well, there's certain
that says something about our education system.
That does, but there's other degrees or there's other certifications I know that go along with that. I don't know.
For the guidance counselor?
No, for the teaching that they have to do every so many years. There is.
I'm going to have to ask some of my teacher friends.
I have teachers on both sides of me. Neighbors.
They're not real teachers.
Okay.
They're public school teachers. Those don't count. I'm assuming I don't even know if they are or what school they teach at. Don't say. Don't say, because I'm just kidding. But I don't know.
We'll go meet the one over here, and you tell her that to her face while she beats the snot out of you.
She ain't going to beat the snot out of me. She might yell aggressively. She ain't going to beat the snot out of me. At least not without a fight back. They might be down one teacher, or I might be down.
I ain't never hit a woman, but I sure as hell smacked the shit out of a bitch.
Hey, I'm not about hitting women, but I'm definitely about defending myself against an attacker. I don't care what gender they claim.
Anyway, either way, so Lexi asked me the other day, we're driving to the gym, and she's like, so do I have to go to school? Like, do I have to go to college? I'm like, no. This is what I went and talked to the sixth graders about. I said, you don't have to go to college. I said, you could go to Cordon Bleu if you wanted to, which is cooking school, culinary school after high school. Technically, it's cooking college, but
you can go to a lot of places.
I said, you could go there if you wanted to go for culinary school after high school. I said, if you wanted to be a chef. I said, it just all depends on what you want to do. I said, you don't have to go. You don't have to go to school at all. I said, marry rich.
Right.
I said, then you don't have to do anything.
That was an option for me.
So I said, it all depends on what you want to do. I said, you can just, I said, if you master something now and literally start now, and you start mastering something now, you just, you're done.
Well, it's like getting into blacksmithing and looking at fabricators and tradesmen. I'm watching videos of kids that are 12 and 13 that are forging better than I can. By the time they're my age, they're going to be in such high demand, they'll never have to do anything that they don't want to in their life. They'll be picking jobs long before they're at the age I'm at. Working as a commercial electrician, like I did for a very brief stint, I saw kids straight out of high school with no experience coming in and getting jobs $20, $25 an hour because electricians, plumbers, HVAC, bricklayers, framers, they're in such high demand, and they can't keep people. And most of the kids that show up haven't had to really work yet.
No.
So they didn't stick around too long once you get into, like, actual physical labor. But the ones that did, their apprenticeship, can be anywhere from 6 months to 4 years before they're, licensed or whatever, depending on the trade. But by that time, man, they're making bank.
Right.
And they don't have the debt that comes with college, So.
Well, that's the big thing. Think of the debt. So
I'm trying not to. I'm still paying for 2 schools I dropped out of.
So, and that's when it comes to going to a trade school, you may end up at Fairfield, Career Center over here, and that may just be all you do as part of your high school career, and then you're done.
Right. You can do that your junior, senior year typically.
Yeah, and then you move on to an apprenticeship, or you move on to, a college or whatever,
or you go into college,
or you go into college,
or advance your training,
and advance your training into an apprenticeship, and move on to a job, and you're done, and you have zero college.
Yeah, well, I know a guy right now
debt.
that's doing very well in IT field. He owns part of the company, and he was swapping tires at Firestone before he kicked over to get into this. And the way he started, he just got online, started doing like the C++ certifications and all that crap back in the day. Mm-hmm. And he just keeps learning and studying, getting these certificates. And that's enough for him to go, here's what I know. Right. Never went to college a day in his life, no college debt.
Yep.
Owns a good chunk of a very successful IT company here in Columbus.
Yeah.
So for me, college isn't good, bad, or indifferent. It's an individual basis. There are certain jobs that I do believe it's very much needed.
Absolutely.
Engineer. If you're building skyscrapers, I want that dude to know what he's doing. I want him to understand the intricacies.
The geometry.
The physics.
And the physics.
Even building a house or a shed, there's physics behind it. There are the mathematics. Nah. I got some nails and hammer. Let's go.
The window. There's no wind.
It's fine.
No earthquakes.
Well, I've seen some builds around Southern Ohio this past weekend that make me wonder how they've stayed up. I tell you, there were some. There's a lot of rebel flags still flying in Southern Ohio, which
the South will rise again.
Which is funny because I don't realize that Southern Ohio realize where that their Mason-Dixon line is.
Still a lot further south.
I don't even know if they know what the Mason-Dixon line is.
It's still a lot further south than
quite a bit south
than the Ohio
south
River.
And we weren't even to the river. But for me, I have two boys now, and I am trying to encourage them that whatever they want to do, they go all in.
Right.
They dive into it. If they want to go to college and become a doctor, a lawyer, a surgeon, an engineer, whatever it is, go for it. But put your all into it. If they want to go to vocational school and learn how to drive a nail faster and straighter than anybody else, sweet, go for it. Start building houses. We need houses.
Speaking of half-assed,
unclog toilets for a living. Be the best daggone plunger pusher you can, whatever it is.
What did you walk into when you walked in today?
A wall. I didn't see it there.
I was sitting there with Lexi. She's doing homework.
Walked into... I pull in, and your youngest is outside playing on the ground. She runs in, getting ready to go for soccer.
Yeah, she's doing. Go kick that ball,
Liz
sweetie.
is getting ready. Go kick a ball, and they only have one soccer sock. And then you're at the table with Lexi, your oldest, working on homework or something.
Working on homework,
and I kind of ignored it because that's not my business or my kid.
That's all right. So
you were frustrated. She was frustrated.
Well, I'm not frustrated. I'm over this homework thing. So the homework thing is. It's this application called MobyMax. It's where the teacher isn't doing shit at this point. It's, here's 800 modules with 5 questions each, and you've got to get it done in 5 days. And that's almost no exaggeration. There were 14 modules with 5 questions per module and 8 practice questions before each module. So this week it was 113 questions. I think is what it rounded up, or what it came out to be.
What grade she in?
5th.
So 5th grade, 113 questions for 5 days. You're talking over 25 per night.
Yep. We sit for 3 hours, and it's not like something you can just whip through. And,
well, no, I've seen some of the problems. They're not 7 minus 4.
No, it's multiplication of fractions and. Find in this case, for this particular one she's working on, it was put in from least to greatest or greatest to least.
Okay.
4 sets of decimals.
Okay.
No big deal. Pretty easy stuff.
Yeah.
She knows it's easy. She understands it, but she's trying to fly through it because she wants to go outside. So
That's a beautiful day.
She's putting no effort into this whatsoever. She has missed this one module 3 times.
Okay.
Do you see where my frustration is?
Yeah. Your lack of ability as a parent. It's your fault.
Yeah. Absolutely.
100%.
Because I didn't do it for her.
Yeah. Well, you're doing the right thing by making her sit there and do it over.
Right. So I made a
Even if it takes 12 times. I mean, it's kind of a...
I made a post on Facebook about this one particular thing. So I've had teachers, Ohio teachers, chime in, none of them being math teachers, about, I respect the hell out of you, but I'm fed up with this shit. Like, stop putting...
Right.
Stop, the issuance of homework at this level needs to stop. And a lot of the teachers have chimed in with, oh, I don't issue homework in my class. I don't know what this is about, but I don't issue homework in my class. Well, a lot of them are social studies teachers or reading teachers.
Right.
And I'm like, oh, okay. But with this particular one, it's this teacher doesn't issue homework either, other than this Moby Max crap. He doesn't send home 5 questions on a worksheet and say,
right,
show the work and send it back, which is what the math homework should be. Do the Moby Max in school, send home the worksheet. To prove that they know what they're doing. This Moby Max program doesn't prove that they know what they're doing, because I could just sit down and go, blah, done, blah, done, blah, done.
Right.
Which I found out is what some of the parents are doing. They're staying up till 11:30 at night because their kids can't get it done, so they're just doing the homework for them. So that they
I
get
stay
the
up late at night, but I ain't doing homework for my kid.
Well, I'm to the point where my frustration level has hit the roof, and I'm trying to find a very couth way to address this with the teacher, other than, hey, asshole, I'm getting fucking tired of doing this shit. Quit issuing the homework for my kid.
Just send them a link to this podcast.
I might.
There you go. Problem solved.
Problem solved. Hey, listen to the last, 10 minutes.
No, make him listen to the whole thing. You got to sit there through that whole thing. Make him start at episode 1.
Hey, I need you to start listening.
It all builds up to episode 44.
It's about 40 hours worth of content to listen to.
You got a week.
You got a week to listen to it. I need a report.
There will be a test.
There'll be a test. And I don't remember everything, so.
I didn't remember what we recorded last week.
Yeah, I know.
That's airing tonight / now last week.
Edit.
No edit.
But
we rarely edit.
The funny thing is on this post, I had people posting
I saw I didn't read through them all. I didn't want to get
people
involved.
that done my buddy Tony. I've known Tony for years, and his dad's a teacher, and he's like, you need to work with the Department of Education and take your qualms with them. And I'm like, the Department of Education is about as useful as the Department of Liquor. In this, all they give a shit is the buildings they're putting up and their standards, the standardized testing for the state of Ohio.
Right.
They don't give a shit about what the teachers are issuing for. That's a school board thing.
Yeah.
That's a school district thing. The Department of Education is useless. Tits on a boar.
Bacon.
Yeah,
Boobkin. Oh, man, we're going to derail fast. I can feel it.
Yeah, we're done. So, anyway, go to school. Go to trade school. Don't go to school.
Don't listen to anybody else. Figure out what the heck you want to do and dive in.
You know what? There's a thing. Master your 10,000 hours.
Yeah, there you go.
Get your 10,000 hours in. Figure out what that is. You want to be an Instagram influencer? Fuck it. Get your 10,000 hours on Instagram.
Oy.
Get your followers. Get your 10,000 hours on Instagram.
I mean, anything worth doing is worth doing right, they say.
I mean, there you go. That's all I'm going to tell you.
The end.
I can't tell you any better than anybody else, because I'm walking around with
because you don't have a college degree.
I don't. I have half a college degree in 1 year at DeVry. But I'm also making bank because I drive 3 cars.
I just tell people I went to 2 colleges, and it sounds really impressive.
Well, if that's the case, I went to 2 colleges as well, and I logged into the Khan Academy website.
Yeah, see, you went too far. Now they know you're just BS. If you're like, yeah, I went to 2 colleges.
But I logged into Khan Academy. I have an account.
Congratulations. I don't even know what that is.
It's an online college. I also, hold on. I went to Harvard.
University of Phoenix.
I went to Harvard.
Oh, do you take those free online courses they offer?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
On Buddhism.
There you go. You're like a philosophical...
Don't remember a lick of it.
Bachelorette degree.
I fell asleep.
It's just like real school.
Right. I passed with flying colors.
Yeah, I had perfect attendance at DeVry without going for a whole trimester.
How the hell did you do that?
I was there right when they went to the scan card thing.
Oh.
And my buddy passed by almost all. I mean, DeVry was so small back then. It was one building.
Right.
He'd walk in, boop, walk out. One guy that I knew that had taken some courses with me, he was like, dude, where you been? I said, my attendance is perfect. I only come in for tests. I just found out I had another guy tell me when tests were.
You just show up.
And he was like, I wondered why that one guy always came in because he looked nothing like me, my buddy Andy. He was like, I wondered who that guy was because he'd just go and scan my card then go to his class.
That's wrong.
Yeah, whatever. I got to be in the class.
Hey, whatever. I talked my way out of a computer 101 class.
Yeah.
And argumentative writing. I talked my way out of argumentative writing.
Well, I mean, obviously you don't need it then.
Nope.
All right, kids. Just run your mouth a lot and be argumentative, and you'll be fine.
Talk your way out of argumentative writing.
If the job that you want needs college, go to college. If it don't, save your money. The end. That's my stance on it.
Yeah. Just you do you, boo.
Do me, boo.
No.
What?
Nope. You ain't getting a bear hug or a kiss on the mouth.
Not again.
Yep. All right. That's the show. Thanks for listening. Make sure to like, share, subscribe. Share it relentlessly with your friends. I mean, relentlessly. Just keep sending them links.
Yeah, that's what... Start pumping us
guerrilla,
up, and we'll pump you up. And
guerrilla warfare style. Just
put it everywhere.
Like, just keep sharing it. Like, get banned from Facebook because you shared it so much.
Is that possible?
Yes.
Somebody find out and let us know.
It happened.
You got banned for sharing our show?
No, not for our show. I got a 1-day ban from Facebook.
For sharing what?
The Fit United.
You don't even share near as much crap as I do. I just share a bunch of garbage.
This was like 2-3 years ago.
Jeez.
They said that I was spamming.
They said you were spamming.
Facebook.
The ones that listen to you say,
no,
I might go to Taco Bell 3 years from now, and then there's Taco Bell ads all over your Facebook. They said you were spamming?
Yeah, Facebook.
Yeah.
Facebook
Full
said,
of it, Zuckerberg.
I was spamming because I was sharing
Zuckerberg.
The Fit United way too much.
Jeez.
To other pages and friends' pages.
That's a joke.
It was.
All right, let's get out of here. I want to go back outside.
Like, share, subscribe. Leave us send us messages. Leave us comments on our Facebook page. Check us out
on it.
Yeah, like Pete did.
We talked about it.
I will definitely get back to you because I have control over everything. Check us out on Instagram and the Twitters. That's it. We out.
It's the Google Faceagram.
Yep. I'm Martelle. He's Randy, and we will talk to you later.
Peace.